Y'all let me know what y'all want to do. Let me know what we should do.
So when I got on this app, for some reason, I thought it would be shits and giggles. I thought I could just have fun. It's never shits and giggles. Nicola from Intimate Wisdom, you guys can check out my YouTube channel, or you can check out my page here and you can check my credentials. Okay, so I put my cards out and I asked, is this a spell? Can it be broken? Yes, it is. But first things first, there was a spell that was placed on us previously that needs to be broken first. It's called a glamour spell. They speak about a glamour spell in the Emerald Tablets, which I read about the glamour spell, but it did not dawn on me that that had something to do with the enslavement of us. That spell has to be broken first. All of these spells can be done individually. They do not have to be done as a group unless you choose to. I mean, they can be done individually, but there are certain times that they need to be done. We're going to talk about the glamour spell on another video. Because I'm reading on this particular spell, we're only going to focus on this spell. Now, this spell can be broken, but it has to be broken under certain times, okay? And only after the glamour spell is broken. So the potion that they talk about, and I'm going to give you the steps, and then I'm going to tell you what times you can do it, okay? So the first things first, you need to prepare the potion. The potion that they talk about is a tea, okay? All potions are fucking teas. It is a rose and frankincense tea. Now, when you mix this, steep your roses, break down your frankincense resins, and mix that shit together. Don't put nothing else in the tea but rose, frankincense, and distilled water or rainwater, okay? And make sure it's not coming off your roof. Like literally, I wouldn't even recommend, honestly, the way things have been going, I wouldn't even recommend rainwater at this time because it's so polluted. You really need to get distilled water. Once you steep the tea, you're going to go outside under the moonlight, and it's going to be under one of these moons. It's either going to be, the next moon is the beaver moon in November, the cold moon in December, the pink moon in April, or the buck moon in July. You're going to go outside under this moon at 11 p.m. and that's the time that's translated for us. Okay. Once you go outside, you're going to mix this potion counterclockwise for 3 minutes while saying the incantation in complete reverse. And I'm not saying, you're going to say the last word first and the first word last, from bottom line to top line. Okay. So from right to left, bottom line up to the top line, okay? And if you guys need me to write it out, we'll do that. You're going to say it at 11 p.m., okay? Once you're done, you're going to drink the potion, and then you're going to pour the rest over your crown chakra. After you complete that, you're going to walk backwards into your home, or wherever, backwards to wherever your safe space is. All right, y'all. Every time I try to record this, they try to stop me, but this has to get out because this is a direct correlation to the previous video where they talk about the spell that was placed on us to make us forget who we were. The first spell that they had to place on us was to make us not see who they were, and it is called a glamour spell. They talk about it in the Emerald Tablets. It is in the Emerald Tablet, Tablet 8 or Book 8, under the Key of Mysteries, and I'm going to read this to you, and it's going to hit you when I read it. In the form of man moved they amongst us, but only to sight were they as are men. Serpent-headed when the glamour was lifted, but appearing to man as men among men, crept into the councils, taking forms that were like unto men, slaying their arts, the chiefs of their kingdoms, taking their form and ruling over man. Only by magic could they be discovered, only by sound could their faces be seen. Sought they from the kingdom of shadows to destroy man and rule in his place. But know ye, the masters were mighty in magic, able to lift the veil from the face of the serpent, able to send him back to his place. There's a reason why they had to make us forget, because we were the masters and we could see through their veil. So in order to make us forget, they had to do two spells. They had to do a glamour spell to cover up who they were, and those are the people of counsel. This is literally good and evil. This is literally good and evil. The people who have counsel are those that are the serpents that are hidden. They wear veils in order to disguise themselves from us. We are under a glamour spell, so we don't see them for the serpents that they are. And we're also under that last video, a persuasion spell to make us forget. The persuasion spell is to persuade us that we are something other than what we truly are. It's the reason why they wanted to end segregation, because if we stayed in segregation too long, we would identify who we were sooner than later. You get what I'm saying? By integrating us into their system, into their world, they have created this mind fuck that makes us believe that we are not who we are, which is masters. I hope y'all following me, and I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. And I hope I don't have to say it in a different way that's probably going to get me banned off this app. But we're going to do another video on how to break the glamour spell. But I need you guys to understand what it is first. Like, you have to understand what all this is so that we can undo it. 10:10 on my clock as we start. So I'm going to try to put all this information in one video because I'm unable to upload multiple videos at this time. I'm unable to answer comments at this time. So hopefully this video goes through. The first spell that we need to break before we break the persuasion spell, the spell that I talked about in the previous video, is the glamour spell. The glamour spell is talked about in the Emerald Tablets. This is the Emerald Tablets of Thoth the Atlantean. This is translated and interpreted by Dorel, which I don't know who that is, but I'm only taking page 45 from tablet 8, the Key of Mysteries, okay? And I did a video where I read what the passage was that spoke on the glamour spell, what the glamour spell actually is. All it is basically, somebody said that they did it on the craft, and that was great because a lot of people can resonate with the craft. You remember on the craft when she changed her hair and her eyes? That is a glamour spell. You're changing the way that you look. So for those of you that are unaware what that means for us as a part of our enslavement, in order for them to trick us or to persuade us that we are not as powerful as we are, they first had to place a glamour over our eyes so that we could not see them for the serpents that they were. So to break the glamour spell has to be broken on a solar eclipse at its peak. The next solar eclipse is October the 25th. Okay. After that, you can break the persuasion spell. The persuasion spell has to be broken during a full moon, specific full moons. The next full moon that you can break the persuasion spell on is November the 8th. I had a couple of questions when it comes to time. I'm aware that it stated that the Beaver moon starts at 6 o'clock. That does not mean that you are unable to do this at 11 o'clock. Whenever it's 11 o'clock your time, that's how it's translated. The time is not the thing. Time is irrelevant. Like, time is relative to whatever you think time is. So at 11 o'clock your time is when you need to do this spell. At the peak of the solar eclipse in your time zone is when you need to do this veil lifting spell. The only thing you need is salt and flame and a Palo Santo stick. So this is the ritual. You place the salt on the earth, okay? Burn a Palo Santo stick. Walk around the salt 9 times counterclockwise while reciting the incantation that I will put in the comments, okay? Once you do that, set the salt on fire. That's literally what I was told. Set the salt on fire, watch it burn. Once it's complete, turn around, go to your safe space.